Today, I'm going to be trading Patrick Mahomes to the Miami Dolphins to see if they can win a Super Bowl. So as you guys can see, my boy Patrick Mahomes is on the Miami Dolphins. I mean, with Patrick Mahomes on this roster, I'd say this team is absolutely unstoppable. I mean, it's not like Tua is bad or anything, but he's no Patrick Mahomes. And I mean, I'd say it's no question that the Dolphins have a top 5 defense in the league. I mean, obviously this season, the Dolphins have had some issues beating teams with a positive record, but now that they have Patrick Mahomes, there really isn't any excuses. But as you can see, we got to take on the LA Chargers in week 1. And if this is anything like the way it was in real life, this game's going to be an absolute shootout. So we got to make sure we have a good drive to start things off here. That's a decent run. We only got 3 yards, so I mean, it definitely could have been better. I'm just going to put in the air this time, and hopefully our tight end can be open. As you've probably noticed, the Chargers did score first, so we're down 3-0. But since we held them to a field goal, if we score here, obviously that's going to give us the lead. I'm going to switch it up this time though and try and get Jalen Waddle open, and it looks like that route's gonna work for us. We have a ton of open field after the catch too. That's a huge pickup, so that brings the ball all the way to the 18-yard line. I don't know if this is the smartest play in the world, especially considering Derwin James is gonna be right where Tyreek Hill is, but hopefully he cuts off. I mean, that looks like it's gonna work out for a touchdown. So we're going to find Tyreek Hill in the end zone to start off the first drive of the season for us. And I mean, obviously after that, we're going to have the lead. But as you can see, we're down by 3 points in the third quarter. This has been a pretty tight game so far, so I got to make sure we can at least get a field goal to tie things up here. But you know, I mean, I don't really want a field goal. I would like to take the lead. So I mean, I'm hoping that we can do the same thing that we did last drive. I mean, once Tyreek Hill gets open, there should be no stopping him. I'm not going to risk that though. We're just going for the tight end again. I mean, I really want to go for a shot with Tyreek Hill, but so far the defense has done a pretty good job at containing him, so I'm not trying to throw an interception or anything. Once again, he's locked up, but Waddle is wide open. I mean, that's the nice thing about having 2 superstar wide receivers on this team, because when the defense puts all of their attention on one of them is also going to be wide open. This time it looks like it's going to be Hill. To be honest with you, I probably should not have thrown that. That could have easily been intercepted, but I mean, thankfully it worked out. I'm going to try and go for another shot here though. This time we're going to find Hill again, so one more play and we should be in the end zone. I mean, with the field position that we have, I honestly might just be able to run it in with Mostert here, as long as my O-line can give me some blocks, and it looks like that's going to happen. So that is going to give the lead right back to the Dolphins here, but I mean, we still have a whole quarter to play, so there's a very high chance that the Chargers come back. I mean, as you can see, it looks like the Chargers have tied the game up once again. So I mean, it's all up to Sanders at this point. If this is good, we're going to get a game-winning field goal. This is 51 yards though, so it's a bit of a stretch, but it looks like it's perfect. That was one hell of a game. I mean, it came right down to the wire, just like I expected. It doesn't matter though. We're going to take the 3-point win, so that is going to move us to 1-0 on the season. So I mean, Mahomes has won his Dolphins debut. That's always nice to see, but now is where the real challenge starts, because we got to see if we can make it to the playoffs. And by the looks of it, this team was pretty unstoppable, because we went 16-1 to win the division, and that record is also going to give us the #1 seed in the playoffs. I mean, by the looks of it, Patrick Mahomes is fitting in Miami just fine. As you can see, he finished off the season with 4,300 yards for 39 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. But as you can see, we got to take on the LA Chargers once again in the divisional round, and it looks like we're going to sneak away with a 1-point win. So now we have to play Joe Burrow and the Bengals for a trip to the Super Bowl. And I mean, I know damn well that this is not going to be an easy game to win here, so we got to make sure we get off to a hot start. I mean, if anyone knows how to take down Mahomes in the playoffs, it's definitely Joe Burrow. I'm going to try and get my tight end open here, and it looks like that's going to be intercepted. That's a terrible start to this game. I mean, that was kind of a predetermined pass, and by the looks of it, we're going to pay for it because the Bengals scored. So now this drive is 10 times more important than it already was. I mean, it looks like the run game is still getting shut down. I mean, so far this route of Jalen Waddle has worked pretty well, so I'm going to try and run this again here, and hopefully he can find him. Oh yeah, we're gonna get him wide open again. Okay, this route has been amazing so far, and then once again, that's another first. So I mean, that play's definitely getting added to my favorites. I'm gonna switch it up here though, because we really haven't done a whole lot with Tyreek Hill yet. Looks like we're gonna find him this time though. So I mean, 18 yards to go and we're back in the end zone. I'm gonna try and run bench here. I mean, I know this is a dangerous play at this point, But if anyone's gonna beat you to in a foot race, it's gonna be Tyreek Hill. And no surprise, he won that foot race. So that's gonna tie the game up here. But as you can see, we have a very tight game in the fourth quarter. I mean, at this point, we can close things out if we get in the end zone, but we only have 22 seconds to do that, and we have one timeout. So I gotta make sure that we play things safe here. That might work out. That's gonna be it. Okay, 14 seconds on the clock. That should hopefully put the game away. In those 14 seconds, though, the Bengals got in a field goal position. But as you can see, either way, we're gonna get the win. So we did not blow the lead like the Bills in the playoffs in 13 seconds, even though we almost did. I mean, I kind of just realized that we were up by 4 points. So if they kicked the field goal, it wouldn't have mattered anyways. For some reason, I thought we won that game by 3, but I'll take it. I was hoping Mahomes would have won MVP after a season like that. But as you can see, it looks like it's going to be going to Josh Allen. And it looks like we have to take on the 15-2 49ers in the Super Bowl. So, I mean, obviously, things are not getting any easier for us. And to make things worse, as you can see, they scored. So we're already down 7-0. And they also got a sack. So it's 3rd and 15 after that play. So I desperately need somebody to get open here. I'm just going to try and run a route with my tight end. I mean, if Hill can get open, that would be great. But I can't risk that. The tight end might be locked up too. We caught it. Let's go. I mean, that was really tight, though. I feel like that was real close to getting knocked away, but I'll take it. I'm just going to go on the run this time, though, and it looks like we've got some open field. That's a pretty strong pickup. I mean, the Niners did force a 3rd and 5 after that, though, so I'm going to go for this play with Waddle again. I mean, so far, I don't think it's been stopped once. And this time it's getting stopped. I don't care. We cannot go down by 2 scores. I mean, this is a really stupid decision, to be honest with you. If we mess up here, it's pretty much a guarantee that they're at least going to get a field goal. Thankfully, Waddle is wide open. So that play is going to work for a first down. I know that was a stupid play, but sometimes you just got to gamble, and it looked like it worked. So, I mean, I'll take it. I'm going to try and go for a shot in the end zone here, though. I mean, I'm betting on you, Hill. Get that. Thank you. That was almost batted away, but I mean, that Patrick Mahomes accuracy put it in there just at the right time. So that's another touchdown from Tyreek Hill, and that's gonna tie the game up. But unfortunately, after that, as you can see, we kind of fumbled. I don't think we actually had the lead at all during that game. I mean, it was just back and forth tying the game up, and in the end, it looks like the 49ers are gonna get the best of us. I mean, I knew that was gonna be a tough game to win. We had one hell of a season, but I mean, obviously it sucks to play good all year and then fall short in the Super Bowl. So as you can see, to end off year number 1, it looks like Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers are going to be hoisting the Lombardi trophy. I mean, it definitely sucks coming this close to winning the Super Bowl and falling just short, but I mean, the team hasn't changed at all, so I have high expectations once again here. I'd say we should at least be able to make the playoffs again. I mean, we had another solid season going 12-5, but this time the Bills are going to go 16-1, so they won the division. We got to play the Titans in the wild card round, and this time Mahomes did not do as good as last season, but he still had a solid year with 3,900 yards for 28 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. I mean, on the bright side, it looks like we're going to take down the Titans with a 4-point win, but now we have to play the 16-1 Buffalo Bills. And I mean, somehow we managed to get the win. So now we have to play the LA Chargers for a trip to the Super Bowl. I mean, to be honest with you, I thought it was over when we had to play the Bills, but once again, Josh Allen is going to get eliminated by Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, so nothing has changed. The Chargers did bring up a 3rd down, though, since we couldn't get a first there. I mean, Tyreek Hill could be open here. I'm just going to play it safe, though, and go for the tight end. I mean, that is another easy first down. Our tight end went the other direction, so we hit Wilson there. But anyways, I'm going to switch it up. Hopefully, Waddle can get open on this. Oh, that was close, but we caught it. James was kind of sneaking up on us like a shark in the water there. I kind of thought he was going to get there first, but I'll take it. I'm just going to keep it on the ground after that, though, because, I mean, that was a little bit of a heart attack. So I'm just going to do my best to play things safe here. I mean, this play usually works for us. We're going to other direction now, so hopefully Tyreek Hill can get open. I mean, that is an interception. Okay, I wanted to play things safe, but we're gonna throw a pick. I mean, apparently they have Stephon Gilmore now. I mean, thankfully we have Jalen Ramsey on this defense, because after that he forced a fumble, so we have the ball back at the 47. I mean, that was totally predetermined, though. That was another bad pass that I shouldn't have thrown. I mean, Tyreek Hill has crazy speed, though, so can you really blame me? Like, I was kind of expecting him to win the foot race there, but clearly he didn't. Anyways, once again, this play is gonna work. It looks like Waddle is wide open. We are gonna get in for the touchdown too. So that speed is going to burn the defense once again. So that puts us in the end zone first here, which is going to give the lead to the Dolphins. And I mean, as you can see, for the third time today, we're going to take down the Chargers. So that is going to send us to the Super Bowl. It was another close game though. I mean, it seems like every time we play this team, it's an absolute war. But anyways, this season, it looks like Lamar Jackson is going to win MVP. And by the looks of it, once again, things are just getting more and more difficult for us because we have to play the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. I mean, I'm just going to keep it on the ground to start things off because obviously I have thrown my fair share of interceptions today. So I got to take better care of the football here if we want to actually win this time. And I mean, as you can see, the Eagles did end up scoring on the opening drive. So they're already up 3-0. I mean, that's a lot better than the touchdown though. So if we score, that gives us the lead. The Eagles did bring up a third down after that though. So I'm going to try and go for a shot with Waddle here. And hopefully this can work for a first down. I mean, as I said, this is a very dangerous defense. If we make one wrong move, they are going to burn us. Somehow we stayed up through the contact. Once again though, I mean, as you can see, the Eagles did bring up another third down after that play. So I'm going to try and go for our tight end here. If he's locked up, I might be able to go for Tyreek Hill. That didn't go off. I tried to throw it, but Mahomes just decided that he didn't want to release the football there. So we're going for it on fourth down because I want to take the lead. I do not want to settle for a field goal after that. And once again, it looks like it's going to work out for us. I know it's a stupid move, but so far, every time I've gone for it on fourth down, it has worked out for us. And I might have to do it again after this play if this doesn't work because the Eagles did bring up another 3rd and goal. Oh my god, that was terrible. Honestly, I mean, I'm just gonna play it safe this time and kick the field goal. I mean, the way their defense is playing, I don't think we're gonna be able to convert off fourth down again. I mean, thankfully after that, my boy Jalen Ramsey got an interception. So we have the ball at the 33-yard line now. We are still tied at 3. I mean, there's been 2 drives since then, but this time it looks like Tyreek Hill is wide open. So this time we're going to get in the end zone. I mean, that was a lot better than the first drive. So that is going to give us the lead here. But I mean, there's still a lot of football to play. And the way the Eagles are playing right now, there's a very high chance they come back and win this thing. But I mean, as you can see, surprisingly enough, after that, we had them shut down for the rest of the game. So I mean, it looks like we're actually going to get the job done in year number 2. I mean, that was one hell of a run. Again, that did not come easy. This was bound to happen at some point, though. I mean, when you have Patrick Mahomes on a team, especially with a roster like this, it's just a Super Bowl ring waiting to happen. And as you can see, to end off year number 2, it looks like Patrick Mahomes and the Miami Dolphins are going to be hoisting the Lombardi Trophy. I mean, I'd say this team is definitely off to one hell of a start. I mean, so far, 2 seasons in, we already have 2 Super Bowl appearances, and we've won a Lombardi Trophy. I mean, I'm hoping we can get a second ring at some point, but we're going to go ahead and sim to the playoffs again here, and hopefully we can have another crazy record to end off the year. And it looks like we had another pretty solid season going 12-5, but once again, the Bills are going to win the division, so we have to play the Bengals in the wild card round. But as you can see, it looks like Mahomes kind of bounced back this season with 4,000 yards for 35 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. But on the downside, it looks like this time Joe Burrow's going to get the best of us. So that is a very short-lived playoff run. I mean, that's definitely not the season I was looking for after winning a Super Bowl, but at least we actually made it to the playoffs. But as you can see, once again, Lamar Jackson's going to win another MVP. And this year, it looks like the Packers are going to take down the Colts in the Super Bowl, which seems like a really random game. But I mean, at this point, I guess both of these teams are good now. But that brings us to year number 4, which is going to be the final season of this video. I mean, we've already gotten ourselves a ring. Last year was a little bit disappointing though. So I want to have one more decent playoff run to end things off. So hopefully we don't choke this season. I mean, we have lost quite a few players in free agency, but obviously this team is still stacked. And as you can see, we had the best season you could possibly have, going 17-0 to absolutely annihilate the division. And obviously that record is going to give us the #1 seed in the playoffs. I mean, to be fair, we did have a really easy schedule this season. So once we have to play good teams in the playoffs, it might be a challenge for us. But as you can see, Mahomes finished off the year of 3,700 yards for 33 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Dolphins. And it looks like we gotta take on the Jacksonville Jaguars in the divisional round. And it looks like we're gonna sneak away with a 3-point win. So now we have to play the LA Chargers for a trip to the Super Bowl. I mean, we are 3-0 against the Chargers so far today, but as much as I would hate to admit it, they are a better team than us at this point. I mean, we've kind of gone downhill, and they have added a lot of improvements to this team. I mean, Jalen Waddle's lost his superstar. He's still a 91 overall, though. On the other hand, Tyreek Hill's still an X factor, but he has gone down to a 96 overall. Obviously, Jalen Waddle still has that speed, though. We also lost Mostert, but we have Achane to work with, who's gone all the way up to an 84 overall. So he's been playing pretty well lately. And we also drafted a rookie tight end. And as you can see, our rookie tight end does have superstar ability. So I'm going to try and hit him here. I mean, it looks like he's wide open. We're going to get him for a couple yards off the short route. That does bring up a 3rd and 2, though. So I'm just going to hand it off to Achane again, and hopefully he can pick up the first down. I mean, if we get stopped behind the line, I'm going to be butthurt. And it looks like we got stopped behind the line. I mean, I'm gonna go for it anyways. I'm not kicking a field goal. It's 4th and inches, so I'd like to think we can get this here. I mean, yes, sir. Okay, we almost got stopped, but it's gonna work out. After that, though, I mean, this is a dangerous play, but I'm gonna try it anyways because I have max trust in Tyreek Hill right now, so hopefully he can get open here. Actually, that's not gonna work, so we're just gonna go for the tight end. I mean, I'm just trying my best to throw the ball nowhere near Derwin James. I'm gonna try and go for Jalen Waddle here. It looks like that's probably going to work out. We got it. So we're going to find Waddle in the end zone for the touchdown. That is going to tie the game up. But as I said, at this point, the Chargers do have a better team than us. And I mean, unfortunately, as you guys can see, after beating these guys 3 times today, it looks like they're finally going to get the best of us. So we are going home, which kind of sucks. And that is going to send the LA Chargers to the Super Bowl. I mean, I'm not even mad, to be honest with you. We still had a good run. We made it all the way to the AFC Championship game. And the years before that, I mean, we made it to the Super Bowl twice, won it once, so it's not like we haven't done enough. But as you can see, it looks like Lamar Jackson is going to win his 3rd MVP of the video. And after beating us, it looks like the Eagles are going to take down the Chargers in the Super Bowl. So Jalen Hurts has got himself a ring. But anyways, that's going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It'd really help out the channel. And if you have any video ideas, feel free to drop them down in the comment section below. I'll try to get to as many of them as I can, and while you're down there, comment the most random thing you can think of so we can confuse everybody in the comment section. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.